Hello friends. So in today's video or today's topic, we will be discussing about National Multidimensional Poverty Index. Okay, this index has come out today itself and it is a report actually from Niti Aayog. So let us discuss the report. The report says, the title of the report basically is National Multidimensional Poverty Index. Okay. So this report has been brought by Niti Aayog and the period of calculation. Matlab there should be a reference year and there should be a year for which final data we have calculated. The reference year is 2015-16 and the period of assessment is up to 2019 to 21. Okay. So this is the period of assessment. So whatever data we are talking about, the initial data is that of 15-16, whereas the present data, whatever is the latest data, that is of 1921. Okay. So the report says that there is a decline in multidimensional poverty. Now, what is multidimensional poverty, that we will understand in this video itself. But the report says that there is a decline in multidimensional poverty from 24.85%, approximately it is 25%, to 14.96%, which is approximately 15%. So from 25%, the decline is up to 15%. There is a 10% decline, right, in poverty. These are some of the very good news, that is rural area has witnessed the fastest decline from 32.5% to 19.8%, whereas urban area has shown relatively lesser amount of decline because already urban development has occurred in these areas, right? Facilities related to education, to improve nutrition or health indicators, they are already present in urban areas. So here we will witness slightly lesser improvement, okay, which is also a good number from 8.65 to 5.27. This we used to call them earlier as Bimaru states, but these states have witnessed the fastest decline. That includes the states of UP, Bihar, MP, Odisha and Rajasthan, which has maximum number of rural population. As we have read earlier, that rural areas have witnessed the fastest decline, okay, as per the National MPI report. This is the national one and not the global one, because it has been brought by Niti Aayog. The global one is brought by UNDP, okay. So now coming to what is multidimensional poverty. Multidimensional poverty actually consists of these three pillars. First is health, second is education, and third is standard of living. Okay, all these three pillars will cater to certain needs that we will see in a table. What all things are calculated in health poverty, what all things are calculated in education deprived poverty, and what all things are calculated in standard of living deprived poverty. Okay, so all in all, it will improve, it has actually improved 12 of our SDG indicators, and that is also one of the very good news, that India is about to achieve SDG 1.2. SDG 1.2 talks about decreasing the multidimensional poverty to half of its level. Okay, so we are about to achieve our SDG 1.2 much before the targeted year. The targeted year of all the SDGs is 2030. The period for target was 15 to 30. Okay, so the final target year is 2030, and we will be able to achieve our SDG 1.2 much before 2030 itself. Okay, so it is all these three things together will work upon 12 SDG indicators. Okay, the report says that there has been improvement in various sectors. Okay, what are those sectors? The sectors include that of sanitation, better cooking fuel, financial inclusion, drinking water and electricity. In all these sectors, there has been improvement because of various government efforts. Some of them includes Poshan Abhiyan for nutrition, PM Jan Dhan Yojana for opening bank accounts, okay, PM Awas Yojana for better infrastructure for houses. We are building houses under PM Awas Yojana. In Ujjwala Yojana, we have replaced the traditional cooking fuel like wood with LPG cylinders. That has also improved our health indicator. So using several schemes, this is not the limited list, there are a number of schemes because of which these data has been improved. These sectors we have seen improvement. Okay. So Niti Aayog is actually the nodal agency for calculation of multidimensional poverty index. So Niti Aayog has come up with this report. Now we will see these indicators one by one. But before that, there is something that we need to understand related to multidimensional poverty. Okay, why are we calling it as a multidimensional poverty? All these years we have been calculating poverty, let's say on the basis of Tendulkar committee or Rangarajan committee. All of them have recommended that if a person is earning such and such amount in rural area, then or less than this amount in rural area, the person can be classified as poor, or more than such and such amount in urban area, then they are not classified as poor. Okay, so all in all, the poverty calculation earlier was done only on the basis of income. Okay, but if you check NCRT, it says that poverty calculation should be done on 3 A's. Okay, the first A stands for affordability, the second one is availability, and the third one is accessibility. So affordability, availability, and accessibility, all three should be together. Okay, only then in that case we will be able to eradicate poverty. Okay, it's just that if they can afford something, that does not mean that they can access something. For example, a rural family, let's say in a very remote village, okay, they are very happy and rich, okay, but the children are not able to learn, they are not getting educated, they are not going to school. Okay, so accessibility is a problem. Even if they can afford education, they cannot access education. So all three should together come in to cater to the problem of poverty. Okay, so then we moved from the idea of calculating poverty only on the basis of income to checking all these three. And how is these three calculated? Through health plus education plus standard of living. Okay, so poverty is basically the outcome of simultaneous deprivations in multiple functions. Okay, it will also include health, education, as well as standard of living. That's why we are putting in all these three sectors to check whether a person or a family in a rural or urban area is poor or not. Okay, one more thing as a fact check that we need to remember for writing data in mains is India's rank is presently 66th out of 109 countries as per the global multidimensional poverty index, the one that is given by UNDP. It says that India's rank is 66 out of 109 countries. Okay, but this is relatively older data. We have come up with a national MPI and the global ranking has not improved as of now. Okay, so let's wait for the global data to come. Only in that case we will be getting the correct rank. But until and unless it does not come, we need to remember the rank 66th only. Okay. Now coming to the sectors under which we calculate, let's say we discussed, right, health, education, and standard of living. These are the three pillars on the basis of which we will be calculating the multidimensional poverty index. Okay, with respect to India, this table is denoting National Multidimensional Poverty Index indicators. Okay, so it consists of health, in which more weightage is given to nutrition. Okay, relatively lesser weightage is given to child, adolescence, and mortality, and antenatal care. Okay, so all these three together will form the health dimension. On the basis of that, we don't have to remember all these things. What is the condition of deprivation? What is the criteria here? No, we do not need to remember these things, but we need to remember the overall figures, that nutrition is also there, and antenatal care is also there, and child and adolescent mortality is also present in the health factor. If we compare it to the global data, then in that case, antenatal care is not there. Okay, in global multidimensional poverty index calculator, health consists of only two parts, nutrition and child and adolescent mortality. Okay, education is same both in national as well as global data. So years of schooling and school attendance, both of them will help to calculate the value of education deprivation. Okay, now again coming to the standard of living part, standard of living part may almost all these things are there, excepting in the national one, bank account is also included, which is not included in the global data. So we just have to brush through these. We don't have to remember the criteria for sure. Okay, but we need to overall keep in mind that within nutrition we are talking about the mortality part also, the nutrition part also. We are also talking about the child health. Okay, and antenatal care. Okay, in case of schooling, in case of education, how many years a person has done schooling, along with what was the percentage. If you have attended schooling in these many years, for these many years, were you present? How was your attendance percentage in school? Okay, that is also calculated in education. And in case of standard of living, what kind of cooking fuel you are using, whether your home is properly sanitized or not, what are the sanitation facilities. Okay, apart from that, is drinking water available to your home, electricity, housing, assets, and bank accounts, all these together will help us calculate the standard of living part. Okay, just to go through the global MPI indicators also, as we discussed here, in case of health, child mortality and nutrition is there. Antenatal care is not there in case of health, wherein education, years of schooling and attendance both are there. In living standards also all these things are there. Plus, in case of national MPI, we also have bank accounts. So, all in all, we can say that the national indicators, the indicators that we are using in calculation of national MPI, it is relatively more comprehensive than the one that is present in the global data. Okay. With that, we come to the end of this discussion. I wish you all the very best. These data, it is actually very important for to be given in your mains answer. So please try to remember these data, at least the big figures, okay? From 25% to 15%, such kind of data we must remember. Okay, I wish you all the very best and thank you so much.